Long ago, nestled deep within a fog-choked woods, there was a clan. This clan was called Ghostclan. Once proud and plentiful, their voices would ring throughout the forest, and their camp was always bustling with life. However, no amount of strength could protect them from the creeping sickness that would find them. Their medicine cat had warned them, spoke of fevered omens and dreams thick with blood, but their leader, Stormstar, refused to act. He was brave but blind to fear. By the time he lost his final life, there was any cats left to mourn him. A few of the survivors stood Shimmer. This was Stormstar's daughter, her golden fur dulled with grief. Ghostclan began to fall apart, and everyone began to lose hope, but she kept moving forward. She would help get more fresh kills to the ones that were hurt, and she would bury her clanmates. She vowed to make sure that this clan wouldn't die. And one of the cats by her side was Luxar, one of her closest friends since kidhood. He was steady and quiet and loyal. When their world crumbled, he didn't. He stepped forward and actually took the mantle of leadership, becoming Luxar. And when it was time for him to pick a deputy, he picked Shimmer. To the clan, this felt like a new hope. But to Shimmer, something felt a little more clever. Like Luxar was trying to be like her father and was using her name to get favor with some of the other clanmates. He didn't have the best reputation with all cats. Some found him to be somewhat of a bully. But for now, this is what they had. And let's go ahead and meet all of the cats and hear what happened the first year of rebuilding Ghostclan. I hope you guys like that intro and my new idea of how to tell clan gen stories, because there's so many and I've tried different ways, and I might go back to some of them because I love Worm Clan, but I really wanted to try using WarriorCat's Ultimate Edition to help tell the story of a clan, and we generated Ghostclan. So let's go ahead and meet the cats. We're actually going to start with Shimmer because I love her. And because there's a major thing that happens and I don't want it to get spoiled. So Shimmer is trying her best despite it all. So these are just like notes I've written. They're not like full sentences. I'm just gonna, this part's more of a like rambly, type video, a little less scripted like the first part. She adopts Goldpaw because Goldpaw doesn't have anybody and lost her family, and so she becomes really close to her and is really proud when she becomes a full warrior. She begins to hear that Saffron Stripe is gossiping about her, and she starts to really dislike him. A little bit into the year, a hawk tries to take Gold Fern right when she became a warrior, but Shimmer managed to save her and didn't get any injuries, and it was good. It was so dramatic. I was very scared. It was just them two alone. Like, they were going on like a really cute mother-daughter walk, and I was like, oh my gosh. With everything happening around 6 moons, she got scratched. And did not seek healing for some reasons to be revealed. And at that time as well, everybody was still sick. We were going to meet a Wisp Seeker, our medicine cat, and he has his work cut out for him because he's constantly sick and everybody's constantly sick. So she got a scratch and she didn't really go to the medicine den. And it ended up getting really infected. And then, like, towards the end-ish of the year, she died from it. And I was so sad. And she's in StarClan. And she's, like, looking down to keep in touch with Golden Fern. And she's also been trying to warn her about a certain cat who I won't spoil immediately, but oh my gosh, she thinks one of them is up to no good, and I understand why. So that Sun Shimmer wish she could have had some babies just to live on in her memory, but you know what? We can try to keep going with her adopted daughter. So let's move on to the leader himself, Luxar. So Luxar stepped up when everybody else in the clan pretty much was dead, the leader and the old deputy. So he's really unexperienced, but he has a lot of like heart and headstrongness about him. In the early years, he gets his paw stuck on a 2-leg trap, and so it causes him to limp. It causes him to have a very heavy limp for a long time. Even with Wisp Seeker, the medicine cat, like trying to help him, he was overworked, and so the leg gets worse, and he loses a life from the infection. When I tell you this clan is always sick, it's very much like a running theme. During this time, he felt really out of it after his like loss of life, and something I'm not going to spill too much, but you will learn and kind of unlock things as we go through the characters. But he felt like StarClan was punishing him, and he was like, you know, kind of freaking out about it. He gets into a fight with Sun Shimmer, who disagrees on something, and he claws her, and he tells her, do not go to the medicine cat den because they're really overworked. This is like where Sun Shimmer dies, and I just started freaking out because he immediately after Sun Shimmer dies promotes this other cat we will meet named Pelt, who it's really funny because like I actually don't dislike her, but the way she kind of becomes relevant right now because she's just a cat from the clan. She's not really tied to anything specifically, but she kind of comes in as like the other girl, and I'm pretty sure that Luxar was kind of like talking with her before, and so now I feel like Luxar maybe killed her. Anyway, he moves on and he becomes mates with Pelt and makes her deputy as well. He, however, really did not care for Cloudy Paw, who Cloudy Paw is Pelt's adopted son, which we'll meet all of them, don't worry, I promise. And one day when they are all out on a walk, a patrol, it was Luxar, his new mate, and his adopted son. There's a branch, like a windstorm, and it pins Owlpelt to the ground, and he like specifically does not try to help, but Owlpelt manages to free him, and he does, you know, recover. However, you know what? You're gonna have to wait until we get to what happens to Cloudy Paw, but like something crazy happens at the end of the year. Oh goodness. Let's move on to the medicine cat. So this is Wisp Seeker. He's pretty old. He tried to warn the old leader, and he always feels really bad about whatever happens. He feels like it's his fault, and StarClan is like not done, but he doesn't know why. Then pretty much the second moon, I think, into the year, he has heat exhaustion, and he leaves the clan without a medicine cat. And this is where like things started getting really bad. Like when everyone started dying and we lost a life, is because the medicine cat was sick. Thankfully during that time though, we do find a I can't 100% remember. It's Dovepaw, and I think she was from another clan or a rogue. But we get Dovepaw, and Dovepaw becomes a medicine cat apprentice because we don't have anybody. And Dovepaw gets a vision, and it actually leads both of them to a litter of kids, and sadly, the mom died, and so both of them pick up a kit, and they name them Beetle Kit is a male, and the female is Bat Kit, who we'll meet at the very end, but it's very cute. around Moon 8, there is another wave of sickness that hits the clan, and everybody gets like some type of cough or a sneeze or an ache, including him. Like, it's insane the amount of sickness. Maybe this whole thing is just because Wisp Seeker is a bad medicine cat, you know? We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, and then he's sick towards the whole end of the year. So he's still currently sick, unfortunately. Poor Sneezy, guys. Next is Saffron Stripe. So he had Gold Paw as his apprentice, and he tried to clear up any bad blood with Sun Shimmer, telling her he didn't start rumors, and she seemed to believe him. But he was a bloodthirsty cat, and like would keep it hidden, but would go out to try to find kitty pets, and I was really scared that, I don't know, he was gonna do something crazy. And he tries to convince the kitty pet to join, whose name's Smokey, who's very cute. During the last month of the year, he went out on a solo hunt, and a rainstorm rolled in. And he was trying to leap down really quickly, and he slipped and died, and it's sad, and the clan, like, didn't find him. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was, I remember being like, oh my gosh, not Saffron Stripe. The, like, bloodthirsty orange tabby that didn't have enough time. I think he could have been cool if he lived, so rest in peace, Saffron Stripe. Okay, now it is on to Homewrecker, even though it's not, I don't think it's her fault. Anyway, Owl Pelt. So in the very beginning, she starts to develop a crush on Luxar. And we didn't have a mediator, so this is all like just what happened, you know, I didn't really try to sway it. And so she was given a apprentice who was also her adopted son, Cloudy Paw. When she heard about Sun Shimmer's passing, she didn't even grieve. She immediately started being Luxar's new mate, and they would like hang out every day, and they're like not attraction, but they're like, I think it's romantic feelings or trust, like all of their stats were going up crazy every moon, so they were really hitting it off. She does save Cloudy Paw, which I know we talked about a little bit, but then something happens and she feels numb. Something happens at the very end. We're getting there, I promise. That's pretty much it. She's, I think, starting to like feel really paranoid, but we'll find out why soon. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. CloudKit. So, CloudKit's real parents died, and he was adopted by Owl Pelt. Early in the year, he got a runny nose. Everyone thought he was gonna die because like everyone was dying, but eventually he does get better. He's apprenticed by Owl Pelt and meets a kitty pet named Coral, but they could never find her again. He grows into a brave almost warrior. Yeah, so he wasn't a warrior yet. He was Cloudy Paw, but he was like gonna be a warrior probably like very soon. And he's out on a patrol with Luxar. Okay. And Luxar pushes Cloudy Paw in front of a monster and kills him. When I tell you, like, this whole like game save was pretty normal up until the leader just randomly pushing, like, he was kind of a little weird, you know, and I kind of more am leaning into him like purposely murdering Sun Shimmer, but him randomly killing his adopted son was not something I saw coming. Rest in peace, Cloud Paw. Let's move on to Gold Paw / Gold Fern. So her real parents died too in the original sickness. She was adopted by Luxar and Shimmer. She was mentored by Saffron Stripe and did get really good training. She eventually got her warrior name, which is Fern, and is a really good warrior. Even when she was really sad at Shimmer's death, she kept going and kept just like helping feed the clan, because there was a while where the sickness was really bad and there was only a few not sick cats that could go out and hunt, and I was worried we were gonna start hungering. Starving is probably the word, but hungering just sounds worse. But she kept going. So Fern, I don't know, this next year I really hope she can like find a mate and settle down and have a good life, because she worked very hard. At the very end of the year, there's like a snowstorm and she gets shivering, which I was very worried about, but then she gets better. So yeah, we're good. At least we have Fern to look forward to. Next is Dove Paw / Dove Swirl. So Shimmer and Fern find a young lost cat named Dove, and they help her back to camp. She is healed and becomes Dove Swirl, and was immediately pushed into the medicine den. Pretty much never left because the clan was in shambles, and they were like, please, like 13-year-old moon loner, save our clan. She does well, though. She more or less keeps everyone alive. She tries very hard in the time that Wisp Seeker is sick. And then eventually when Wisp Seeker gets better, she realizes she wants to be a mediator. Because after Shimmer's death, everyone's really sad, and she wants to try to like help mend some of the relationships and just help make people feel better. So I really like Dove Swirl. I just think she's really cute and wholesome, and she just is this like little, you know, child that was like, I will help. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more left. I didn't mean for this video to be so long, but hopefully you guys like it, because I really like this style of it, the ramble plus the Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition. I just think it's a good little fun thing. So now we're gonna meet these two little kits. We have Beetle Kit and Bat Kit. So these are the two that were found by the medicine cats a little bit earlier, or not earlier in the year, but like mid-year. We'll talk about Beetle Kit first, the male. So he was found by the medicine cats. They meet Tumble, who, I guess I should have talked about Tumble first. It's okay. Tumble's a loner that comes in at some point, and Beetle Kit offers him a flower, or her a flower, sorry, Tumble's a girl. Offers her a flower, and then when Beetle Kit becomes Beetle Paw, Tumble is his mentor. And I just find that was really wholesome, that he specifically, like, when this loner came in, was like, here's a little flower, and then they became, like, mentor apprentice. So we're gonna start this next year with Beetle Paw's adventures, and then we have Bat Kit, who is his sister. She feels really uneasy, like in the beginning, like she's not really settling in. And then Luxar becomes her mentor, and she feels even more uneasy, which is kind of scary, you know, but okay. And then the last two are these two loners that joined pretty late, but we have Smokey, who's a male. He used to be a kitty pet, but they got another cat that like he can't stand, so he left. And then Tumble, she like comes to the clan asking for shelter, and everyone's so nice to her. It's so cute. Like everybody welcomes her in. People are giving her things for her nest and such, and she feels very welcomed. And then when she finds Smokey, like when they meet, it's kind of love at first sight. They just immediately wanted to be mates. So I'm really excited that these two, like, I don't know, loner and kitty found each other, and maybe they can have a cute whole little story. But that's everyone. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm really excited, and I think this style of video is something I could keep up with. I want to do like, you know, 7 years. I want a new leader. It's really hard for me sometimes to focus on one thing and finish it, as you guys might know. But you know, it unfortunately kind of is just how I am. I do circle back to things though sometimes, like Worm Clan. One day I will continue. I just art fight, and my hand has been hurting because I'm working a lot. Anyway, this has turned into just a ramble video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Let me know your favorite cat what your predictions are, because I love hearing and talking about it, and give name suggestions for any kits. That also really helps when I'm going through it. And until next time, bye guys!